So we begin with sleeve, and using 12mm circular needles, I'm gonna cast on 25 stitches. Now start working with a 1 knit 1 purl rib and carry on doing so for the next 26 rows. So once row 26 is completed, we're gonna move on and change our pattern. For the row number 27, we should increase our work, our stitches on the knitting needle by 12 new stitches. So we're gonna use a new stitch and we're gonna do yarn over. So we do yarn over and then do our rib one by one, then yarn over and the rib, yarn over, rib, and repeat the same way all the way to the end of the row. In the end of the row 27, you should have 37 stitches on your knitting needles. Just on the needle is 37. And now we just follow the pattern. The first take on the next needle and then do knit. This is what we've got in end. It's 1 knit by 2 purls. So we still carry on with the rib, but rib look a little bit different. Now we're going to change our knitting needle size. I'm going to use 15mm one. We're not going to change the pattern. We carry on knitting 1 knit over 2 purls, but using the knitting needles 15mm. This is row number 29 we're working on. Row 29 is complete now. We do another 2 rows, 30 and 31, following the same pattern. In row 32, we should start increasing. So now we're going to add 1 stitch in every 3 stitches on the needle. So do the yarn over, knit, knit, purl, yarn over, knit, knit, purl, yarn over, knit, knit, purl, yarn over. Carry on doing that till the end of the row. Let's check. 49 stitches on the needle, and the next row we just follow the pattern. Purl, purl, and the yarn over will go as a purl, twisted, and knit. So this is what we get as a result: 3 purls over 1 knit. And we're gonna carry on this pattern till the end of the row. This is row number 33. Please make sure to twist the yarn over so your new addition, new stitches on the row would be hidden and would be not seen as holes. So as you can see here, no holes, just new stitches. When row 33 is completed, you need to work another 2 rows, 34 and 35, just following the pattern you already got on your needles, so no changes should be done. Control count for the stitches in work, it should be 49 of them in total, and now we have 3 purls by 1 knit. And the next row is 36, and we're gonna add stitches again. So as you can see, we do yarn over, then purl, 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 knit, yeah, purl, purl. So every 4 stitches you need to make yarn over. You need to do so till the end of the row. As a result, 61 stitches in total on your knitting needles. Now we complete row number 36 with all the additional stitches on it, and control count 61 in total. And now we do the wrong side of work and just follow the pattern. Knit, 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 twisted yarn over, make as knit, and next one is purl, and again knit. So it's going to be 4 knits over 1 purl. Knit, purl. Here we go. Then you have to make another 7 rows. So it's row 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. You're gonna work following the same pattern. So on the wrong side you will have 4 knits over 1 purl, and on the right side it's gonna be 4 purl over 1 knit. In row 45 you need to make the last increase. You need to add 1 yarn over in every 5 stitches. And the next row pattern is going to be 5 knits over 1 purl. Work for another 2 rows following the pattern on your knitting needle. And don't forget to double check, 73 stitches in total. On the row 49 we begin armholes, and we need to reduce each side by 4 stitches. So 1, 2, brilliant. So as you can see, minus 4 stitches. And now we just follow the pattern we already got. Work till the end of the row, and then we should reduce this row by 1 stitch. Here we go, one last, and reduce it by 1. 2 knit together. Turn the work around and reduce it by another 3 stitches. 1, knit 2 together, 2, 3. So now we've got 4 stitches removed on each side, as you can see. Now we work till the end of the row following the same pattern. Our pattern is not going to change whatsoever, so it's going to be the same, 5 knits by 1 purl. So in the end of this row we reduce it by 1 stitch again, knit 2 together, turn the work around and reduce by another 2. 1, 2. As you can see, we reduce one side by 7 stitches, and we carry on knitting till the end of the row following the same pattern, and in the end of the row we reduce it by 1 stitch, knit 2 together, turn it over and reduce it by another 2. 1. So it's the next row we reduce by 2 stitches on both sides, and the last one we reduce by 1 stitch on each side. So in total we should reduce it by 20 stitches. You can control yourself and see if you got, as a result, 53 stitches on your knitting needles. So as you can see, this is our armholes. They're all done and dusted, and this is how it looked like, and 53 stitches should be in work. In row 59 we begin shoulders. That means that we need to decrease by 3 stitches on each side. So 1, 2, 3. Then work till the end of the row and reduce by another 3. The next row we should decrease by 4 stitches, and the next one should be reduced by 5 stitches. Therefore, in the total you should reduce your work by 24 stitches, and as a result, in the end you will have 29 stitches left on your knitting needles. Last reduction is 5 stitches. It's when we need to reduce it by 5 stitches on each side, and then we will be ready to blind off. Knit to the end of the row, and the last reduction, symmetrical on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and knit to the end of the row, and that's basically our last row of the sleeve. Once the row is completed, we can blind it off. I just reminding you, 29 stitches on your knitting needles at the moment, and we need to blind off all 29 of them. Cut the yarn, and the first sleeve is completed. This is how it looks like. It's quite big. So now you can make the second sleeve following the same instruction, because they should be absolutely similar and equal. This is the second one is completed, and we're ready to move on and do the back of the. For the back of the cardigan, using needle 12 millimeters, we cast on 46 stitches. Work as a rib one by one, 1 knit, 1 purl. Once first row is completed, repeat the same pattern of 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl for another 26 rows. From the row 28, we begin a new pattern, which will look like 1 knit, 3 purls, and repeat the same pattern till the end of the row. Make another 11 rows following the same pattern. In the row 40, we can begin with the armholes. For that purpose, we need to reduce stitches by 4 on this end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then work our pattern till the end of the row and reduce it by 1, and then turn the work over and reduce it by another 3. So all the same algorithm as we used for sleeves. Don't forget that it's a back and it should be symmetrical. So if we reduce 4 stitches on one side, we should reduce 4 stitches on another. The total reduction on each side is going to be 10 stitches. When all reduction completed, you should have 26 stitches left on your knitting needles. So 26 stitches total in work. Once all reduction completed, you then work the same pattern for the next 10 rows. Work for another, so this is how it looks like. You can check 26 stitches in total left on the needles, and now work the same pattern for the next 10 rows. In row 57, we begin a neckline. We do 11 stitches following the pattern, 11 stitches. Then we need to close the middle 4 for neckline. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then work 11 remaining stitches as per pattern. Should be 11 on each side, on each shoulder. And now just to work it as per pattern. Then turn the work over. Work 1 edge, 9 stitches in work. And purl 2 together. It will help us to make a smooth neckline on the back. Reduce it by another 1 stitch, so knit 2 together, and then work all the way to the end of the row. Then we need to turn work around, turn it over, then 1 edge stitch, 7 following the pattern, and knit 2 together in the end. So we reduce it by 1 last stitch. Here we go. This is the last reduction. And turn over. Make another row. Turn over. This is how it should look like. I can double check. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 stitches should be on each shoulder in the end. So now we can just blind it off. So here we go. This one shoulder is complete. We can cut the yarn and celebrate the one shoulder. Now we need to complete another shoulder, and we should make it in the same way like we did the first one, so they look completely similar. So we attach the yarn and work for 1 row, just following the pattern. No any changes should be made. Just work all the row till the end. And now we work next row till the end, and in the end we need to reduce it by 2. So as knit 2 together, then turn the work over and reduce it by another 1, so purl 2 together, and work to the end of the row following our normal pattern. So turn over and make another row. In the end of this row we should reduce by 1 stitch, and it will be our final reduction. Here we go. 1 and 8 stitches on the knitting needle, which now we can blind off. So our back is ready and complete. We can cut the yarn off and see the result we've got. And this is our back. And last but not least part of the cardigan is the front. Front will be made in 2 separate pieces. So first of all we're gonna work on left hand side front part, 23 stitches on the needle, and we work for 26 rows. In row 27 we change the pattern and move it over to 3 purls, 1 knit. 3 purls, 1 knit. Do the same till the end of the row. And do this for the next 12 rows, including the 27th. On the wrong side we do 3 knits, 1 purl, 3 knits, 1 purl, repeat till the end of the row. We're currently working on the left hand side front part, And once your 12 rows of our pattern 3 purls 1 knit is completed, we can begin with the armholes. Just double check that this is correct amount of rows, and we start reducing by 4 stitches knitted together. 1, purl 2 together, second, purl 2 together, third, and knit 2 together, fourth. So 4 stitches are gone. Work to the end of the row, turn the work over, and on the wrong side work all the way back to end of the row and reduce it by 1 stitch again. So it's all repeat the algorithm for the back of sleeves. So we need to remove 4 stitches in the first row, 3 stitches in the next row, another 2 stitches in the next row, and 1 stitch in the end. So the total reduction for the armholes should be 10 stitches, but don't forget that we should make the reduction only on one side. Once stitch reduction for armholes are complete, you need to work for another 8 rows, just following the pattern. Work for another 8 rows, and we can begin with a neckline. For neckline, we're going to reduce 2 stitches in the first row, 1, 2, then work to the end of the row, turn the work over, do this till the end of the row, and then reduce it by another 2 stitches, purl together, 1, turn over, and knit 2 together to reduce another one. Work all the way to the end of the row, turn over, and reduce the 1 last stitch. So altogether we should reduce 5 stitches for neckline. Then you work for another 3 rows and you're free to blind it off. So don't forget, on the needle you should have 8 stitches. Do another 3 rows and you can blind it off. Compare it with the back, so you can see it's just perfectly match each other. So now we can blind it off. Blind it off and make the right hand side part a similar way. Just don't forget that they should be like a mirror to the left hand side part, but you need to repeat all the same steps. So I'm not gonna give too much details for the right hand part, but you just know that it's 23 stitches from the start. You begin with 23 stitches, you work for 26 rows with reed 1 by 1, then you change the pattern, so it's going to be 3 knit over 1 purl. You work for another 12 rows, and then you begin reduce the stitches on one side for armholes. But don't forget that armholes should be situated on the opposite side from the left hand side part. So what I would recommend, put your left hand side front part in front of you on the desk, and it will help you to see where you at with your right hand side part. So it will be easy for you to measure and see where you at with the armholes, and then it's less chance that you make it incorrect. So as you can see, this is it. So you always can put them one on another and measure them and see how many stitches or how many rows you still need to make. So when the right hand side part is completed, you can blind it off. Don't forget that it should be 8 stitches on the row. Blind off all 8 stitches and cut yarn, and your cardigan is ready. Make a few last steps to bring it all together. Using the crochet hook 10 millimeters, I'm making the 147 stitch chain. It's a very long chain. Then I make another 2 stitches and 2 chains, and turn to the next row. Please follow the video to make it all right. As you can see, just a slip stitches. Slip stitches. Work it for 5 rows in total. When the whole ribbon is completed, you then will be able to attach it to the front, shoulders and back parts, and it will keep all the garment together nicely. And also later you will see it, we are going to use this edging to attach buttons to it. Here we go. Now when edging is complete, we need to attach it to the cardigan. I would recommend using pins, but first of all you need to join shoulders. So you can just follow the video and get the front and back shoulders together. Once the shoulders are completed, you can attach the edging ribbon to the front and back of the neckline. So when it's pinned, you can stitch it with a needle and yarn, and this is the final result. And now you're ready to attach the sleeves, and the sleeves is the most trickiest part of the of the whole project. I would recommend to pin it as well. Pin it first and then stitch permanently. And you will need to start on the sides, attach 2 sides first with the pins. Like you see on the video, just pin it first on the sides with no folding. It should be as it is, so you lay one on another and just pin it. Repeat the same on the other side. Then you need to fold the center and pin it to the shoulder, then 2 separate folds on the left and one on the right. Once you pin it with the pins, you need to work all the way with a needle and yarn to attach it permanently. This is how the puff sleeve should look like. Just stitch it over. And this is a final result. And this is how it looked like after the side and the sleeve is stitched, and this is the last part to stitch. And we begin with the sleeve and work all the way down to the bottom of the body. If you use this method, like on the video, your stitches will be invisible on the front. As you can see, you can't really see where the seam is, so it's quite invisible. This is now you can see how we work through the hem of the cardigan on the side of the body. Last few stitches, and we can see the final result. As you can see, you wouldn't find the seam unless you know it. This is how the seam look through all length, all the sleeve and side. Virtually invisible. And now this is how it looked like. You could stop here and wear a cardigan as it is, or you can make it more secure and make it fastened. For this purpose, I'm using these pressure buttons. This is 5 of them on each side, and the cardigan is ready. Enjoy it.